Check, check, 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, alright. How's everybody doing out there? Back with another stream, and boy, is it good to be back. I do hope everybody out there is well and doing fine. It's, alright. How's my Ableton? Is that coming through okay? I believe it is. Okay, vibe, right, we're making noise. Yeah, back on stream. As per usual, didn't really massively plan anything out for this, but something that I did want to do is have a little look at some little like sound designy things. Like I've got, yeah, so in here I've got some sounds that I made over the years that I just sort of saved. And I wanted to see if maybe we could remake some of these. It's like some little nerdy noises. Yeah, I was thinking this might be a fun sound to remake. Yeah, utilizing the shaper of the get some really interesting results just by sort of playing around with this sort of stuff. So if you wanted to come to a stream to hear some weird funky noises, you've come to the right place. Phoebe's Tarantulas, welcome in. What do you think of that noise? Isn't that just a groovy sound there? Yeah, I'm not. It is 1p indeed. I'm not really sure what a good use for this sound would be, but let's see if we can remake it from scratch, shall we? So the lag is short today. Very good. Well, thank you very much for letting me know. I appreciate that greatly. That is good to know. I think with the way that I'm streaming here, it's I've got it on low latency mode on YouTube. I might try again on what's it called, ultra low latency or something. But that was a stream when everything went wrong, so I don't know. I might risk it 1 week and just see, because that was also the week when we had some funny internet vibes. But yeah, I think it's worth try. Got a call at 3:30. Very much noted. I'm very grateful for that you came by to hear some noises. Everybody's favorite noises. Right, so to make this sound, it's quite easy. We've just got. All right, so we're on a sine wave here. That's the sound of that. So is it literally just a case of turning the filter on, putting it up? Yeah, that's good noise. You could try it with a different type of wave, like this. We've also got effect rack going. What have we got going in here? Oh, that's ridiculous. We've got decapitator going. If punish is on, it's up pretty up pretty far. Oh, what's going on there? That's what I want. It's like high resonance, just like making some pretty intense noises. There's like a sweet spot with this just around here, like right at the bottom of the filter. It's in the higher frequencies, it doesn't really do much, but right there, around 40 hertz. Yeah, that is a fun noise, isn't it? Let's get the one up that I made before and just compare it. Um, get another track up. Got it saved in here. So this is essentially the sound I'm making. It is sine 8-bit. So the one that we're doing is with a full saw D. That's a full saw wave. Sine 8-bit. I'm having a great time just making noises here. That's also the sweet spot in terms of pitch as well, I think. Yeah, whoever said making music was fun, I just like to sit here and just make noises all day. It's great. It's I'm just trying to think of like an actual use for that kind of sound. It's like, yeah, I'm not sure you could really kind of. I mean, at least the music I make. That's me playing actual notes like up a couple of octaves. Like if you were to try to use this for a melody, down an octave. You got another account. How did they figure that out? How did what? I'm completely baffled by that. How did somebody make that decision? That's completely that's completely bizarre. I'm actually stunned by that news. Like, yeah, that amount of question marks is all over my face. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so I think we've got this here. Let me let me make this from scratch. So it's a so to just initialize, we could just do this. So um all right, so what you want to do essentially to make this sound. It's actually like oddly basic. You know, you hear that sound and you think, oh, there's loads going on, but it's actually really quite simple. All that you do is you get your instance of operator right here. So get your instance of operator, set the wave to sine 8-bit, go to the filter section, shaper to 4-bit, turn the shape drive all the way up, turn this all the way down, and then just sort of swish it around. And you can also add can't spell. Also add a distortion in as well. I'm going to use decapitator, turn the punish on, turn this all the way up. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, not bad. And that's really just how you make that sound. That's all there is to it. Um, now I'm wondering what could be quite a fun thing to do because it sounds best when these three things are moving around, and obviously you've only got so many hands. Let's try adding an LFO to all of these. You can add multiple LFOs, can't you? Yes, you can. So map that to that. Map another one to that. Map another one to that. Then you just got to make sure that you get the parameters right. Yeah. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, so that could be a better use of this. So something that I would like to do though is actually randomize this. Turn the rate up a lot. Yeah. See, that way it's not just doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm wondering what it would sound like if just hypothetically, we took like a drum beat. See how this sounds? We just get rid of the musical elements.
Yeah.
It's left with the drum sounds. Have nothing pitched. Huh. That was a weird drum beat. Kind of works. Right, now what we want to do is take this kick, make it its own thing. Alright, we'll name it kick. And let's see what it sounds like if we sidechain that quite harshly to the kick. Now remember, we've done that in streams before. I mean, that'll do. That's that shows something. There we go. Right, so let's just see how that sounds. Okay, so we've got a sort of like quite weird idea going on. I'm not even sure where that could be taken musically, but we've made a little quirky beat. Not loving this kick drum pattern actually. Let's just see if I can just sort this kick out. Prefer that. That's just a bit more interesting. tell you something that I think this also wants actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Go back into effect rack and I think a bit of this. Also, let's bring out the lower bit with radiator. This is getting really crazy. How does it sound with delay? Is that insane? Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I like that. Alright, icing. There's a great preset here that just randomizes panning. But you know what, I think this kind of sound wants to be right in the middle. I think this kind of music lends itself to not having hi-hats actually. That's interesting. It's like using a delay as a snare as a hi-hat. Now where can we go with this? Oh. It's like there's already so much going on. It's like where's the space for another part? Another musical part. Am I? Say what I think it might be time for is a bit of the old MIDI keyboard here that I'm just getting out. Yes, Nathan, welcome in. Thanks so much for coming to join us today on this stream, this odyssey of noise. This is what we've got so far. Lovely noises, and we're just seeing where this takes us. I'm currently, as we speak, getting my MIDI keyboard out to see if I can put some sort of theory lead part over the top of it. It's great. I'm like feeling quite experimental today. Anyway, how are you doing, Nathan? How very yesterling of you. I love that. But yeah, how are you today? How's things? How's music? How's life? Really, yeah, mate. Thanks so much for coming by. I love doing these little streams, and it's just always really nice when another producer comes by, just exchange ideas and just chat about stuff. I'm making this sound, by the way, with the shaper in Ableton. It's a very simple sound to make. Just got an 8-bit sine wave. It's put through this filter shaper, the 4-bit one, and I've put LFO on the frequency, the resonance, and the actual shaper drive, just to create that kind of like craziness with some hardcore sidechain compression as well. But yeah, do let us know how you're doing. I'd love to know how life is. Let's see. So got my MIDI keyboard plugged in. Hope you all can hear that okay. Yeah, looks like it's coming through. Let's see. It's like one of those circumstances, like with a lot of my music, I just have to listen to it until an idea comes, and like usually comes to me from harmony, I've got to say. But when you're making this kind of music and it's just like, here's a crazy noise, what are you going to do with it? I mean, that's when some like really interesting experimental things can happen. But I don't know. We'll have to see what goes on. Never really touched operator FM synthesis before and go, I mean, FM synthesis is great fun. And honest to God, Nathan, not that difficult to get into if you're interested. I did actually make a little YouTube short about it. Just like basics of FM synthesis if you fancy checking that out. But yeah, I mean, the general sort of vibe behind it. It's using the shape of waveforms to modulate other waveforms. But yeah, that's how you make all those crazy noises. Interestingly enough, like I think right, when it comes to FM synthesis, it's easy to have too much of it. Like the music I've made, I mean, maybe people will disagree, but the music I've made, I've always kept it to just like one sound using FM. Because it's just, if that's a bit of craziness, then this is crazy and this is crazy. And you've got like 5 parts all going crazy. Just before you know it, just the whole thing just sounds like an absolute mishmash, which is a term I've just coined to this very moment. A musical mishmash. So with this particular idea, I like the idea of like a searing lead. So where could I find one of those? We've got a bunch of packs here. Glitch and Wash could have something interesting, like yeah, maybe something like that. Is that too much? Put that on. Where's the attack? I want that to fade in a little bit more. Analog and attack. Oh, the attack's already quite. Maybe not that much. Also, I want this to glide around a bit more, so let's make this just one sound, put the glide on. It's cutting off after each note as well. I think we could sort that out. Oh. Hmm. I mean, that'll be an attack thing, won't it? Maybe not. I mean, that's quite a lot, but how would that sound as a lead? So, I don't know. That sounds kind of nice. I know, like a kind of like non-part is sort of what I'm hearing. It's like I'm not trying to think like melodically. It's like I don't want to have like a nice, like a nice sort of like pleasant sounding like lead synth part. I just want some like noise. You know, one thing I do have to do. What's this in operator? So, um, I do want the pitch bend to only be 2 semitones. That's how I do things. Could be a case of like something that could sound cool actually is just I love this band Miss Sugar, and an idea that they do quite a lot over some of their riffs is there's like the guitar playing like quite a searing lead, but it's only literally covering 2 notes. So maybe that kind of idea. I'm also thinking this synth is now too much. It is a lot. Maybe that's just like an easier one. Yeah. Love this little keyboard. I got this. You're too much. You're too much. Thieves tarantulas. My new account says a vets. Ah, that's interesting and kind of cool. Actually, have a little insight into the back scenes of a veterinarian. Oh, that's why I did it to you. It'd be nice if they switched it for something else, though, instead of just adding it on because you're the animal person. If they're like, why don't we just remove this one and give you this one instead because it would be closer to your heart. That's kind of sweet, though. I kind of like that. How are you vibing with this weirdness, Phoebes tarantulas? Yeah, like take one off me. Yeah, or maybe 2 or 3. I've got this quite interesting plugin actually that I haven't really made much use of. What's it called? Pitch something. Is that it? Yeah, this thing. This could be like a an interesting thing to use when trying to make some weirdness over this. just like a sort of automatic pitch LFO, which is kind of nice. Um, do you like hear the kind of thing I'm going for? Um, Chorus and Ableton would do something similar as well. Yeah, chorus would definitely affect the pitch a bit. I personally think of chorus as more of a width thing. Like if we just take this sound now, I've got a chorus here, always set up to be a send and return track. The tail chorus, and to me, you can hear that affecting the pitch slightly. But the thing that's the more kind of audible is without this, it's sounding less wide. Like I love chorus. Actually, that might sound wild on this bass. Actually, woo! But I think I prefer it without. Also, I've got the Micro Shift Sound Toys plugin going on it as well for a bit of width. But that does sound really nice to me on that lead patch. It's like I'm like struggling to think of. I'm struggling to come up with something actually palpable. Let's take this pitch drift off. It's interesting to try that. Do you know what, Nathan? I've got to say, me neither. I have no idea where this is going. But yeah, like I said, I've just been really enjoying doing these streams of just coming up with ideas and just trying stuff out. Like some of these streams have been like looking at specific things. Like I did one looking at using sidechain compression. I did one on dynamic EQ. I did, blah blah blah. But like I love to just sort of sit down and it's just like, right, let's make some crazy noises and just see what we can come up with. Like actually, let's in the spirit of things, let's have a look in the actual synth. What we got here? So it's in analog. I think this is quite a nice sound. But maybe there's some funkier things we can do. Introduce another oscillator, put that down an octave. Add a bit of detuning. Yeah. Yeah, I quite like that. Now I've got this kind of like 2-octave thing going on, but it's slightly out of tune, so it even adds a bit more width as well as the chorus. I think the one thing that would just make this a bit better now is just a bit more glide. Slight bit less. But I can hear a line coming together. Phoebes, you've got the best emotes. I'm really glad to hear that it is calming your brain. That is excellent news. That my music does that to you. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's great to know. I can make you a whole album of this. Just brain organizing music. I think I'm like nearly on it with a line like that. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's put that line down before I forget it. Great. I think I was just a tad late with that first note. So let's just do that. It's the deep back part that big solid wants. It's like a steadying hug to my brain. Nice. So I think what that is, Phoebes, is I've sidechained this to the kick. So if you hear just the kick and the bass, you'll hear that this sort of like crazy low noise is actually dipping out every time one of these hits. And you'll be able to follow that with this line. Check this out. And I think that's what's hugging your brain. It's like the reintroduction of that craziness. Oh, brain hugs. That's a big vibe. So this, let's hang on. Let's do this. Shift Command D, everybody, to copy multiple, and then this. Let's not do that. Let's put this up an octave. And to see how that sounds, we loop in. BRB, that's okay. Phoebes, what? Phoebes Tarantulas. My one and only. I just need to. Let's make this all one thing. And then, for the utilization of glide, if we just have these notes go over at the end, it means that you'll get that slide between notes, which is something that we want. Something we want in our lives. Even slide up. God, what am I even going to call this? What is this song even called? Actual craziness. Right, so we've got some like heavy rumblings. I'm going to call them. I'm actually going to make that the name of the part. Rumblings. Nathan, do you ever make stuff like this? I remember that stream I came to yours where you're doing Twitch. You were making kind of like bass music and it was sick. I don't even know what I'd call this. Like, does this have a genre? I don't know, experimental madness. Let's see, we've got 3 snares going on there, haven't we? Should really separate them out. I mean, maybe I'll do that later when I get to the mixing stage of this. I can definitely see this becoming a short, but it would have to be like, yeah, if anybody out there doesn't know, I like to make these little beats and then actually process them properly, take the time, and then put them to video and upload them as YouTube shorts. I've got quite a few out. And yeah, I think this would be fun because it would just be like quite an experimental one. I think what I do need to do is just do a little bit of panning on these snares. So let me take out this other snare. Yeah. So right, and just for organization's sake, we'll call this main snare. We'll call this snare 1, and this one snare 2. Now what I want to keep main snare in the middle, kick in the middle, bass in the middle, make this line even wider with a plugin called Wider. What do you know? Absolutely, yes. And then I think if we just pan both of these snares a little bit, just to make sure they don't already have panning on. They do not. So I reckon this one a bit to the left, shall we? And this one a little bit to the right. Yeah, that's sounding kind of cool. So we've got reverbs going on the auxiliary snares, with a bit of panning as well, just for a bit of a stereo width, a bit of a stereo fields there. Also, let's do that for my organizational brain. Oh, this is coming together. I'm quite vibing with this. This though, something that I want to do with this, a nice little trick that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, is if you take just a normal Ableton stock reverb, put it entirely wet, it means that you lose the original signal of the sound and you're only left with the reverb. It kind of makes a part sound more distant. Also a bit late as well. You can just like tone that into taste. Sounds good there. Now, I've just thought of another part I want to this, because we don't have a hi-hat. We don't have a hi-hat going on. I want to take like quite a sort of plucky snare and do a rhythmical thing with it. And I know for a fact that I have some nice plucky presets in Vital. So they're not categorized as plucks. Maybe they would have been named plucks. Yeah, there we go. Pluck gritty. Let's see how that sounds. So we've got that up. Let's just make that the thing that's not quite what I'm looking for. Let's try some of the other presets. Maybe that could work. Although I'm definitely going to lose the delay. Something I found with Something I've found with Vital, some of these effects are really great, but the delay is not one of them. So this needs to go up in volume. Is that turned down in the actual synth engine? I mean, the part that I want to do is supposed to be quite a subtle one. Is there a main volume in Vital? Apparently not. Okay. Fair enough. So, you can't even hear that of everything. I think perhaps maybe this entire wait, why are you doing that? Oh, because I'm not running command. I think all of this needs to come down quite a lot in volume, gain staging and whatnot. That kind of idea. Quite like it there because it's sort of subtle and not very noticeable. I want these to be one of those parts that you don't really notice. Do. There was one part there where I played one too many notes that I did not wish to be playing. That one. Is there too much going on there? Yeah. Just putting a bit of micro shift on there. Just trying to make it sort of poke out just a little bit more. It's like a subtle part, but at the same time it's a rhythmical one. know what needs to happen before moving on. Just a little bit of EQing. Yeah. We need these parts to get out of the way of that bass. Just giving it a slight mid boost just to kind of try and bring this part out a bit more. Let's rack drum bass on this, shall we? This kick needs decapitator as well. Yeah, nice. Just cleaning it up a little bit. I'm going to save this because I have not yet before going on. I haven't thought of a name yet. Ableton Stream James. And let's call it Titan. Because I like, this is kind of music that would make me sort of think of some like massive thing just destroying everything in its path. Similar to the snare in one of my tunes, Space Trap, where I have this kind of like high pitch and a low pitch snare. I quite like doing that. Yeah, I'm trying to hear what else this could do with, and I'm not really thinking of anything. Got a main line that's got that rhythmical part sort of in lieu of a hi-hat. It's got that crazy bass. Yeah, I don't really want any. I was starting to think I've already got too many components in this. Like. starting to think I don't really like this rhythmical part, actually. I don't think it needs the rhythm. That's nice with a delay. Although it is a different delay to the bass, which could sound messy. But I think because the parts are so far away from each other in pitch, and because there's nothing else going on, it works okay. Yeah, I think that's cool. And maybe that'll be it for today. That'll be that'll be that'll be today's beat. That'll be today's craziness, today's education. So yeah, big thanks to everybody who came along, Phoebes Tarantulas and Nathan. Lovely to see you both by stream. Thank you so much for coming. I do hope you both enjoyed what you saw today and are going away with inspired to make some craziness of your own. Anyway, both of you all take care of yourselves now, and I will hope to see you again on some more streams. I stream like this kind of time, Monday or Tuesdays, depending on what else I've got going on. And yeah, who knows what we'll look at next time. Nathan, glad you enjoyed yourself here, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a shout on a Discord sometime, and I know just be nice to chat more production stuff. And thank you. I very much plan on having a lovely rest of my day. Myself and my future wife are going to watch Attack on Titan, and I very much look forward to it. Anyway, big thanks again for coming along. Great hanging out. Have a lovely day, and I will see y'all next time. This is yesterlng signing off.